Well, hi everyone, it's Steve Wheeler and welcome to our live webcast here this afternoon. In just a second, we're going to show you the live charts. All right, so live charts, you can see we're red on all these bars right now, so we are moving lower, at least we have been. As long as the bars are red, we're moving down. If they're green, we're moving back up again. So if you're in a short position here and something turns back to green, we can cover any short positions. All right, so this afternoon we're going to talk about a number of different things. Support and resistance, trend, how to assess momentum in the market. All right, so if anyone has questions, be sure and type them into the question area. Big turnout here today. We usually get about 1,300 people registering. All right, so lower left you can see the MNQ. That's a 26 wrinkle chart. Let's see, it's red. If it turns back to green, then we're moving back up again. We had the unemployment claims this morning. Market moved up initially, reversed back down, and you can see right now we're kind of consolidating at this level. All right, so if anyone has questions, be sure and type them in. Okay, so let me just, let's kind of focus in on what I would consider some of the more important things with your trading. One is you can see let's just talk about our price bars. You can see the signal line will tell you the likely direction. Here we turn to a red signal line, moved down. Green signal line moved up. We had a little bit of chop here in the market. Sorry about that. That's going to happen in any market. Typically when we get these sideways consolidations, we're going to move above or below that consolidation. So here you can see we moved above it, made a move up, turned back to red here, and right now we've made a move down. All right, so let me just kind of go back to that chart again. We said we talk about support and resistance levels in the market. This is a 30-minute chart. All right, so on the chart you'll see some red dots. The red dots indicate likely areas of support. Green dots indicate kind of an early warning sign of an extreme on the upside. So you can see we get the red dots, indicates extremes on the downside, green dots extremes on the upside. Those dots can also be used to assess momentum. And we know that markets usually move in the direction of current momentum. All right, so you can see that we made a move down, and right now the market's actually moving up again. So one of the crucial things in your trading is knowing market direction. Again, we've got algorithms built into our price bars. So right now you can see the NASDAQ's moving up. If you're short on that move down, you want to be either long or flat here. Long or flat. All right, so lots of opportunities every day in these markets. Let me tell you what I would consider some of the best trading signals. Best trading signals are when I get two different correlated markets telling me the same thing. Now on our charts, we automate the buy and sell signal. So here at 1319, that's 119, we had a buy signal on the E-mini. All right, so if we had that same signal on the NASDAQ, that's a very strong signal. All right, so at 119, we had a buy signal on the E-mini. We moved up. On the NASDAQ, we had a buy signal at about that same time. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about our charts. You can see that the NASDAQ has been moving up. If this chart reverses back down, we would see a sell signal. However, we've not gotten a signal yet. We'll keep an eye on this chart. All right, so NASDAQ, this is the MNQ. The NASDAQ chart's going to look the same way. All right, so right now the NASDAQ, you can see, is pushing kind of sideways at this point. All right, so NASDAQ moving up and E-mini moving up. So you can see even when we get the same color of price bars, on two different correlated markets, you will usually have a tradable move in that direction. But what I like to focus on in my trading is looking for what I would consider some of the very best signals. All right, some of the best signals are when you get two different correlated markets telling you the same thing. All right, so big turnout here today. Let's see, I see some questions in the room. I see a question from Lawrence G. Do I only trade futures? I personally do trade futures, but we have customers really all over the world that are using these charts in many different markets. So you can trade whatever you want. I trade futures, but doesn't mean that you can't trade. We have customers that trade spot Forex market, Forex futures, crude oil, the Hang Seng in Singapore. All right, so you can trade whatever you want to with them. They're going to work, the price bar is going to work the same way. We have our own built-in algorithms that tell us on each particular price bar which direction we're moving. And you can see the NASDAQ, we turn back to green here, we've been moving up. So right now that's the direction. All right, so E-mini and NASDAQ moving up. All right, so these markets, you can see they make lots of twists and turns every day. You just have to be on the right side of it. And I can tell you, I mean, I know that everyone wants the holy grail of trading. And I would consider there to be really two things in trading that are crucial. One is being on the right side of the market. You can see we turn back to green here. We wanted to be long or flat. If we turn back to red, then we're moving back down again. So you need to be on the right side of the market. That's one of the keys to the benefit program. The other key to the benefit program in trading is in managing your risk. Okay, risk management is critical. And a lot of people think of using stops with risk management, and that's important. But even more important, I would say, is your position sizing. How many contracts are you trading? What contracts are you trading? Now, if you're trading a smaller account, and I know that's a relative term, but if you're trading a smaller account, I would recommend the micro futures. You will be surprised how well you can do with the micro futures. Here at NaviTrader, for all of our members, we do publish guidelines for how many contracts that we recommend that you trade, depending on your account size. All right, so you can see we try to make this as simple as possible. When these bars are red, we're moving down. And a few things about our charts I think that you'll find that are unique. Let me just kind of blow this chart up a little bit. All right, so you can see that with our price bars, we have bars we call consolidation bars. So here you can see we had a consolidation bar. Look what happened when we broke below that consolidation bar. I'm going to put a spotlight on that for you. Consolidation bar, we broke below it. Consolidation bar here, we broke above it. So you can actually just trade purely off these consolidation bars. All right, so consolidation here went lower. Consolidation here went higher. To me, the futures markets is sort of like a herd of whatever, cattle or anything you want to name. If they see everything going one way, that's the way everybody jumps on that side of the market. And if they see the market going the other way, they jump on that side of the market. So that's just the way it is. All right, so here we had consolidation. We moved higher. Right now we're getting consolidation again. And we'll see which way we move. We're either going to move above or below this current consolidation bar, and that's going to be the likely trend. Okay, on the top of your screen, you can see the 30-second charts. 30-second charts, each price bar represents the price movement during a 30-second interval. All right, so right here you can see I'm getting a lot of consolidation at this price level. I've got quite a few 30-second bars in a row. Same thing on the E-mini. All right, so at some point in the near future, we're going to break above or below this consolidation. If we break above it, we'll likely go higher. Break below it, we'll likely continue down. All right, so that's consolidation. I talked about momentum. We have an indicator called the Big Mo indicator that will indicate momentum on any chart. All right, so right now the NASDAQ 30-second chart, we've got that consolidation. If we break below that consolidation, you'll likely see a push lower on the NASDAQ. As I said, on the Renko chart in the lower left, by the way, these are our own proprietary Renko charts. You won't see them anywhere else. All right, so you can see the NASDAQ is starting to push above that consolidation, so that means they likely move higher on the NASDAQ. See the E-minis doing the same thing. So right now, likely move higher on the E-mini and the NASDAQ. All right, so NASDAQ and E-mini traded sideways, right now breaking above that sideways formation and likely direction up. Okay, lower left you can see the 26 Renko chart, still green. E-mini 9 Renko chart, green. Generally you want to be trading in the direction of these Renko chart signal line colors, and the 30-second charts are green and the Renko charts are green. So right now we're continuing to go higher. All right, so that's telling you consolidation. It's telling you current trend. Reversals, you can look for a change in the signal line color. And of course, if you're trading with volume charts, you can select a volume chart, and it will tell you direction based on volume. Okay, there's the NASDAQ 1000 volume chart. Look what color it is. All right, so that's a volume chart. All right, so you can see the volume chart gives you a very good heads up as well on direction. Here we had red bars, we moved down, turned back to green, moved up. Again, if you apply the what I'm showing you here along with good risk management, you should do well with your trading. I run a real-time room each day, and the objective of the room is to show people how to use these tools. And I like to show a number of different techniques because I know a lot of people, no two traders are alike, so we like to show a number of different ways that you can use these tools. You can use volume, you can use the Renko charts, you can use a combination of several different charts. All right, so let me just tell you, some of the best signals that I like are when we get a buy or sell signal on either the NASDAQ or the E-mini, and then we get the price bars on either the NASDAQ or the E-mini in the same direction. So let's say, for example, on the NASDAQ, let's say we move lower here. I'm not saying that we will, but if we did and we had, let's say, hypothetically that we had a sell signal, and E-mini either gives us a sell signal or at least changes to a red bar on the Renko chart. And we've got a very high probability of a move in that direction, meaning down in this example. All right, so let's just kind of keep an eye on things here. All right, so with trading, like I said, my recommendation, my number one recommendation to everyone is ask yourself whether or not that you have a systematic approach to your trading. Systematic approach to your trading. We've built that into our charts, a systematic approach. If you have a systematic approach and you apply it with discipline and you manage your risk, you should do well with your trading. Now, as I said before, I do recommend the micro futures to most traders. They do have 1/10 the risk of the corresponding contract. You can trade as many contracts of the micros as your account size permits. Let me put it that way. All right, so I like to do these live webinars so people can come in here and see these charts under real-time market conditions. These are real-time live charts. We're not making this up. All right, so you can see how we moved up on green bars. And right now in the NASDAQ, we had a consolidation bar. So that means there's kind of a point of equilibrium in the market here. So the NASDAQ is either going to break above or below that point of equilibrium. Same thing on the E-mini over on the right side of the screen. You can see in the 30-second charts on top. Let me just kind of review for some questions. I see a question, what is the best time for trading when the algos hit the market? Actually, I think there's algorithmic trading all the time, so I wouldn't say this. I personally like trading between about 9:30 and really the rest of the day up through about 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Now from 3:30 to 4 o'clock p.m. I'm not a big fan of trading that last half hour unless I'm already into a trade and I've got a trailing stop or something like that on it. All right, so about 9:30 Eastern through about 4:30. Now also I should add too that oftentimes the lunchtime period from about 11:30 till maybe 1:30 can be a little bit choppy. All right, so let's just talk about these charts. You can see that 30-second chart on the E-mini, we've gone to red, so the E-mini's been moving lower. NASDAQ, we don't have a red signal line yet on the 30-second chart yet. If it moves lower, we may see that. All right, so the NASDAQ, you can see, is moving a little bit lower. All right, you can see we don't have any signals yet. All right, so we know that the E-mini and NASDAQ have moved up. They're actually coming back down somewhat, but we don't have signals. All right, so no signals. All right, so the E-mini has turned to a red signal line. In the NASDAQ, we're getting a sell signal. All right, so we're 86, we were 86.73. We'll see where we go from there. 86.73. And E-mini has a red price bar. So remember what I said. If we get a sell signal on one of these charts and the other chart is the same color price bar, then you've got a very high probability move in that direction. Now, they both have the same signal that's even a little bit stronger, but they're both actually very good trades. All right, so the NASDAQ was at 86.73. And the E-mini currently about 27.77. All right, so we'll see where we go here. All right, so that's a setup for a potential short. And we'll see if we get follow through on the downside. All right, so if anyone has questions, I see a question from Lawrence G. Are your charts proprietary or can you load them onto TradeStation? No, these charts work exclusively with NinjaTrader version 7 and 8. All right, so NASDAQ and E-mini. NASDAQ, we had a sell signal, and E-mini, we went to a red price bar. And on the NASDAQ, we had a signal at 86.73. All right, so 86.73. Right now, NASDAQ's kind of consolidating. And E-mini, we had a sell signal at 27.77. All right, so right now, both these markets just kind of trading sideways for the moment. All right, so good turnout here. All right, so right now the NASDAQ, you can see, still consolidating. All right, so as I said before, big key to your trading is really your risk management. You can see on the MNQ, we've got a buy signal, so you definitely want to be out of any short positions. All right, so a long entry here on the NASDAQ. We don't have a buy signal on the E-mini yet. You may see that if we keep moving up. All right, so I see a question about stops, and your stop levels are really dependent on how you're entering your trades. If you get in on pullback type entries, which we do teach in our room, you'll be able to use tighter stops. If you're not doing that, you'll need to use wider stops. All right, so right now you can see the NASDAQ's moving up. And you can see we did pull back near that green signal line. So if you got in at that point, you can use very tight stops. So if you're getting in on pullback type entries, you can use tighter stops. All right, so you can see here we have a buy signal on the NASDAQ. We're moving up. If E-mini continues to go higher, we would see a buy signal on the E-mini as well. All right, so NASDAQ moving up. Remember what we said about the consolidation bars? Typically, we get a consolidation bar. If you move above it, you're likely to go higher, which we are doing right now on the NASDAQ. Well, the NASDAQ will keep moving up, and at some point it will have a new consolidation bar. And at that point, we're going to move above or below that consolidation bar. All right, so NASDAQ you can see is going higher. You can see the 30-second charts. Actually, the volume chart in the upper left is green. 30-second chart on the E-mini is green. When I say green, I'm referring to the signal line color on the chart. There's some other things you can do to fine-tune your entries. You can look at the, for example, the 30-second charts and get out or enter your trades on any pullbacks on the 30-second charts. So upper left, you can see the NASDAQ signal line is still green. So that means we're likely to continue higher as long as that signal line remains green. All right, so price bars are green. See the volume chart in the upper left is green. We're going higher. So NASDAQ now back up above 8,700. All right, so I want to thank everyone for joining us. See, the charts in real time are telling you which direction we're going. As I said before, over here we had a sell, then we got a consolidation bar, went above that bar, so you wanted to be out of any short trades. All right, so again, I want to thank everyone for joining us. If anyone has questions on anything, I see people asking about how to get started with our program. If you just call our 800 number or send an email to support@navitrader.com, we can go over all the details with you, how to get started, pricing, and that kind of thing. We do offer these charts on a multi-year subscription basis. And along with that, we provide unlimited support. We also provide several months in our training room, which is open every day from 9 to 11 Eastern. And I've been running that room for well over 10 years. And I've got people in the room that have been in the room from the very beginning. All right, so again, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you next time. So you can see we're continuing to go up. Bars on the volume chart are green, bars on the Rinko chart are green, bars on the 30-second chart are green. All right, so room will shut down here momentarily. Everyone have a great afternoon, and we'll see you next time.